Hi, I'm Tim Hicks, and I'm a guitar instructor here at Owensboro Music Center. Been with Owensboro Music Center, I guess this is my 6th or 7th year. And before that, I guess I actually started as a customer when I was 15 or 16. So I've got a long, great relationship with the folks here at Owensboro Music Center. I love playing guitar. It's my favorite thing to do. It's how I make my living. I play at Bellevue Baptist Church. I play that in our worship, praise and worship band, and then I also play with the band, local classic rock band, Legally Wired. And so most everything I do involves the guitar. So I feel like I'm the luckiest guy in the world. So it's a lot of fun. One of the best things about working with some great folks like at Owensboro Music Center is it's just cool to have a music store right here. And I've got families who will drop off their children here who are very young, and they'll tell me that they feel very safe dropping their kids off here. These days, that says a whole lot about an organization, a company like Owensboro Music Center, that folks feel that they can do that. So it's a great environment. People feel good about being here. They feel safe about it, and they enjoy coming. So. A little bit about my background. I always try to talk about that just because I'm trying to hook up with people to make sure that there's the right fit. I'm a classic rock guy, born in the 60s and raised in the 70s and so forth. Bands like Boston, Rush, Kansas, but a lot of different groups. I love that kind of music. Toto is one of my favorite bands. People have forgot about those guys, but they're a really influential band. I love listening to that kind of stuff and learning how to play that type of thing. I've been playing about 37, 38 years, and I try to take my experiences and compress that into basically a method of teaching that provides essentially a roadmap to the fretboard. And I believe my dad used to tell me that the shortest distance between 2 points was a straight line. Well, I spent a lot of years going back and forth, and it wasn't a straight line. But what I can do is based off of my experience, I can straighten that line out for most people. I've got students from ages 8 to 84, believe it or not, and I love working with children, but I love working with adults. And people play for a variety of reasons. Some people just want to play on the back porch, and their dog might be their only audience, and others want to play in church or at school or in bands, or they have aspirations of going to Nashville. What I try to do is just help everybody, equip them with the tools that they need to get them to where they want to go.
Do you remember what you first acquired, your first guitar?
My dad, who was a great influence on me, he played guitar. He played guitar, and actually I've got a picture of he and I over here on the wall from many years ago. Dad played guitar. He bought me an old Epiphone electric guitar. It was my first guitar, and I wish I still had it because it'd be worth a lot of money. But I've gotten rid of more guitars than I can think of, but I love the Fender Stratocaster and the Gibson Les Paul, and I'm a big endorser of Epiphone guitars because it puts Gibson style electric guitars in the hands of students at a price that most folks can afford, and that's another advantage I think of working with a music store. You can go and look at all the things they have and ask questions, and they've got the expertise to help match the student with the guitar.
Tell me about your students. How do you have to vary your approach according to their needs and skills?
Well, I try to, if someone's a beginner, I basically have the same starting point for every person, regardless of their age. The key thing is that they have a guitar that's for young people, that it's sized appropriately. It has to sit so their hand fits in just right. And I'd say that the guitar needs to be to hold its tune really well. That's important, whether it's acoustic or electric. But I usually start at a very basic point where we learn basic components of the guitar: the body, the neck, what are pickups, or the sound hole if it's acoustic, and then we go across the strings and memorize strings. And then we start. I've got a few little things that we can show students so they can easily memorize the names of the notes all the way up and down the fretboard. It's a very simple method. Then from that point on, we'll start off with an E minor chord, a couple of easy chords. Then we'll go. We'll advance that a little bit, and then once we get 3 or 4 chords in the key of C, we leave the left hand alone to really learn how to make those chords, and we work with strumming. We may instead of just straight strumming like that, we might go. We'll work with that, or we might do arpeggio playing, which is just as a word that means broken chords, and we'll just so forth. So we'll do that type.
What do you do if a child seems to lack rhythm? It's a problem I've encountered in giving instructions.
You know, it's all about counting. The truth is there's 8 notes in a scale, and we use A, B, C, D, E, F, G. So I try to come down to that very basic point. And young kids and all the way up, we all know those few ABCs, and we know how to count. So I'll slow it down. That's the most important thing when learning how to play, is to go slow. Accuracy is more important. Then if we keep the timing and we're slow, once the accuracy is there, then we can start to speed up. And some people we have to go a little slower than others, but usually they all get to the same point. If they really have an interest, they get to the same point, and I see my students get a lot of success, and that's very satisfying.
Thank you very much, Tim.
Glad to do it.